Good day, everyone. Welcome to class. Welcome to your yin yoga practice. Let's go ahead and start our practice for today. So again, it's going to be aligned with the waning moon. Go ahead and find yourself seated here at the center of your mat. If you are in bed, perfectly fine. You can do that there as well. Find your props, put them on the sides. I have here my blocks. But since this is a yin yoga class, we're gonna stay for a pose in like 3 to 5 minutes. So feel free to find maybe pillows, maybe yoga bolsters, thick books, long towels. I'm gonna show you how you can use them later to support you in any kind of shape that we're gonna do. So if you also have something that you want to put on as a way to modify, feel free to do that. This is your practice, this is your flow. Let's go and start your practice today here. Seated here at the center of your mat, find your Sukhasana or your easy sitting pose. So if you don't have any props, you can perfectly do this as well. You can find your thighs out wide, your glutes out wide, so you can feel your sit bones ground down a little bit more, just to find a sense of grounding there. If you don't have this option for you and this is not accessible, you can find a block. You can find a pillow, maybe a blanket, place him here in your bum, elevate yourself a little. You can also do this in a chair if that will feel better for you. Take your hands here at the center, or take your hands here on your knees, maybe palms facing up, any kind of mudra that can support your practice for today. Maybe take one hand to the heart, another to the belly if you want to be more aware of the breath. Or take your hands in prayer, find your Anjali, take the backs of the thumbs here pressed to your heart center, maybe finding the beating of your heart as you focus on your breath today. So any kind will do. Soften the gaze forward or gently gaze to the nose, or if it feels safe in your place, in your space right now, allow yourself to close your eyes for a few moments and just follow my voice as I guide you through your practice for today. Begin to focus on your breaths right now. Allow the body to settle in. Allow the mind to be here in your present moment in your practice alone. Noticing any sensations that may be here in your body right now, any tension, anything that feels tight, anything that feels heavy, anything that is just tension or just feeling weird right now. We're gonna notice them right now. Don't have to put ourselves in a place where we're gonna distract ourselves from it. In this practice, we're gonna be here for the mindfulness. So notice what they are and see if we can sit with it as they are here. As we align our practice today with the waning moon, we're going to visualize ourselves being in this season. So let's start your practice first with a pranayama practice, your breath work. Feel free to practice anything that can support you for today. Maybe find your ujjayi breath. Notice how the breath travels in and let it tickle the back of your throat. Or let me guide you through one. We're going to do this for 5 cycles of the breath. I'm going to count 6 for an inhale, 4 for holding the breath, 6 for an exhale, and a 1 for holding the breath. Reminding yourself to focus more on the spaces in between, the pauses, the holding. Allow the face to soften, allow the shoulders to relax, and focus on your mind and your heart as you hold it in. Whenever you're ready, soften the gaze down or close your eyes and let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. And slowly come back to the normal breath. And notice how you feel. Soften the face, relax the shoulders. Visualize the light of the waning moon to gently trickle down and light up each and every part of your room, of your space, of your mat. Visualize how the light of the moon softly ignites each and every cell in your body, each and every thought, each and every feeling, even the darkest and the smallest parts. And as we are guided by the season of the waning moon, let's find an intention, a mantra, or an affirmation that can allow us to focus on our practice for today. Something that can guide you through as you connect each breath and each thought and each shape. If it's too hard to think of one, let me guide you through it. Repeat this on top of your head. I love and accept who I am. I love and accept who I am. I love and accept who I am. Hey, shoo! Cat. Cat. Allow your mantra to travel from your mind to your heart to all parts of the body. I release any stagnant energy, old beliefs, and cords to other people that no longer align with my highest self. I release any stagnant energy, old beliefs, and cords to other people that no longer align with my highest self. I release any stagnant energy, old beliefs, and cords to other people that no longer align with my highest self. As you begin to see the two sides of the waning moon, the side of letting go and the side of acceptance to the situation of where we are right now without having to refuse or without having to change or to fix it. See if these thoughts, these mantras can support you or guide you through your practice for today. Let's start your practice with one big Om. Inhale deep and exhale an Om. Inhale. With the sound of the energy cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, your heart, your spirit. Whenever you're ready, allow the eyes to open. Come back to your physical body. Come back to your present moment. And let's start your yin yoga practice. Let's start with your reclined butterfly pose or your Supta Baddha Konasana. This is one good way to open the heart and the hips. So find your props. If you used any, put them on the side. We're going to find ourselves lying down here. So softly bend the knees one by one, plant the feet here hip width distance apart, and lie down. Lower back, middle back, upper back, head all the way down to the mat. Allow me to guide you through a shape with no props first. So plant the feet together here at the center as your knees open to the sides, like so. Hands onto the sides, maybe hands up and overhead, or maybe hands on opposite elbows here, allowing the heart to gently open here. Knees open to the sides, planting the feet together, and close your eyes here for a few moments and gently begin to settle into your space. If this is good enough for you, stay here. If you have some support that you want to use today in this shape, I'm going to give you some. As promised, again, I'll show you, but I have my blocks here with me. I'm going to place one here in my middle back and another one here in my head. This is a way to go deeper in opening my heart, like this. And then taking this one a little bit taller here in my head, like that. You can also place blocks here on each knee if you feel like putting your knees here long is going to be too much for your inner thighs. Go place them here to give you support. If this is too much as well, you have an option to just extend both of your feet here at the top of your mat, or plant your feet wider than your hips, maybe as wide as your mat, and plant your knees together at the center. Or if you want to go deeper in this shape, you can find your feet wide and your knees are not gonna press onto each other as you put them down. So this is a different kind of a hip opening. This is also intense, so you have an option to wiggle whenever you feel like it. There you go. So much options. You have pillows, you have blankets you can place here in your bum, in your heart, onto the sides. You also can place a towel, place them here in your eyes if you want to settle with your eyes closed for a few moments. Whenever you're ready, close your eyes and begin to visualize the breath come in and out of the body. And begin to reflect the mantra, the affirmation, that intention that you have set up for today's practice. Whenever you're ready, slowly come back to your present moment. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, maybe swing the head side to side. Allow yourself to come back. Gently open the eyes, maybe blink twice. Take your hands, place them here on your knees to plant them back to the center. Feet here to your ground. If you used your props, put them on the side first. Allow yourself to soften. And then slowly ground all of your body down to the mat. If your feet is grounded, you can take your feet windshield wiper side to side, just allowing some opening on your hips. Wiggle them, making sure nothing is painful. And then once you're done with that, come back center. We're gonna find our next pose. Take one block, a pillow or a bolster, place them here in your lower back and your hip like that. You have an option to stay here. Again, plant the knees together if you want, hands onto the sides. You also have an option to take both of your feet towards the top, point or flex the feet. Find Viparita Kirani. You can do this through within to a wall if you want support. Or if you have some more, you can take your knees, bend it towards your heart. Hands on your inner thighs, maybe towards your shins here for a moment, or maybe wrap all of your hands, all of your arms on your legs. Close your eyes here for a few moments. Soften the face. Invite the body to be still. Soften the face. Invite the body to be still. Soften the face. Invite the body to be still. Soften the face. Invite the body to be still. Whenever you're ready, Gently come back to your practice. Come back to your present moment. Open the eyes and release the hands. Release the feet one by one to the ground. Release your block, your pillow, or your bolster. Again, invitation to find windshield wipers left and right. Releasing any tension that may be here in the body, making sure nothing is painful. Whenever you're ready, come back to your center. We're going to stay here grounded. Slowly, we're going to bend the right knee towards your heart. Clasp the hands on your shin or maybe to the inner thigh. This is already good. If you want some more, you're going to extend that left leg, left foot towards the top of your mat. Point or flex that foot, whichever feels good. And then slowly, an option to stay here. Or we're going to find your cat's tail or your reclining side twist. So gently, we're going to drop that right knee towards the left side. And then slowly extend that right hand to a T or to a cactus here. Keep the right shoulder to the ground. Heart is still facing the sky. If the right knee does not connect to the earth, it's perfectly fine. You can find your bolster or your block or your thick block. Place him here on your knee, on your shin. This is already good enough. If you want to go deeper here, we're going to bend onto the left knee. Left heel presses towards the left glute. And then the right hand can gently grab that left foot, left ankle if it's possible. Again, allow the shoulder, the right one, to ground down. Gaze forward or find your right shoulder or close your eyes here for a few moments and commit to the shape. Find stillness in the body. Come back center once you're ready. Next inhale brings you back. We're gonna do this on the opposite side. Bend that left knee to the heart. Right foot down or extend it towards the top of your mat. Again, stay here or find reclining side twist. Left knee descend towards your right. Maybe block, plant that in. Left hand to a T or to a cactus. Allow the left shoulder to stay grounded. Again, you have an option to stay here. Or if you have some more in you, bend that right knee this time. Right heel to the right glute. Left hand can catch that right ankle, right foot. Again, left shoulder plants down. Maybe gaze to the left side. Or close your eyes here for a moment. And again, guiding you back to your mantra. I accept and I release. Once you're ready, let's come back. Next breath brings you back to the center, releasing as slow as you can, as slow as you want. Bending both knees back to your heart, making sure nothing is painful. And then slowly we're gonna lean into one side and then find ourselves back to a seat at the center of our mats. Let's go to our next pose. We're gonna go to our caterpillar or your Paschimottanasana in Ashtanga. Slowly open the thighs, the glutes out wide. Take your tailbone down. Knees pointing to the sky rather than turned out to the sides. Point, flex, or flank the feet, whichever feels good. Next breath, hands reach up high. Exhale, ride the descend, gently fold all the way down. Exhale. Hands wherever it feels like it, here to the sides, parallel to the feet. If you have your victory finger, plant them on your toes if it's possible. Take your hands on your outer feet, or maybe find a bind. You can also find your long towels or your yoga straps, plant them here at the bottoms of your feet, and take your hands on each side of the strap if you have that with you. To give you support here in this shape, first off, maybe find a block, plant them here so that you can have a good bend on the knees. Always an option to bring kindness into your practice by bending the knees. Have some support as you clench the quads to support your hamstrings as well. You also have an option to plant blocks here so that when you fall down, you can find a support on your head, your neck, like that. And also, if you have your pillows, you can stack them here, 2, 3, 4 blankets as well, so that you can find support on leaning down. You don't have to go deep if you want. You can just stay whenever, and then just maybe lean into one side of the face and then followed by the other at the middle. So slowly, whichever pose you came in, go ahead and do that. Inhale, hands reach up high, lengthen the side bodies. Exhale, hinge from the hips to fold down. Let the heart press forward, 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 and then slowly ground down. Once you're ready, let's release. Open the eyes. Release the hands, release the bind. Release your blocks, your props, put them on the side. This is your time. And then once you're ready, let's go and find a counter stretch. Take your hands here at the back, plant them 1 or 2 hands away from your hips. Fingertips pointing to the front of your mat. Allow a good bend on the elbows. Toes point as well. And then on your next inhale, tuck the tailbone and lift your hips up. Heart presses up as well. Reverse plank here. Press into the palms. And then slowly release, chin to chest, slowly fold all the way down. Bend the knees one by one, swing side to side. Come back center on your next breath. Let's go into your next pose. We're gonna find your dragons. So slowly find tabletop, all fours. Shoulders stack onto the wrist, hips onto the knees, tuck or untuck both of your feet. You can double or triple your mat on your knees and on your hands, your palms, if this is too much, if your mats are too thin for today. And then slowly on your next inhale, we're gonna step that left foot beside that left pinky in front, like so. Allow the knee to press towards the tricep. Doesn't have to go really deep here. This is a good option. You can find your props here, your blocks, place them here in your hands. If you want support, take them tall if you want to, like that. Or if you have some more in you, you can take that right knee farther to the back. Keep firming the inner thighs together, making sure nothing is painful. You can also turn out that left foot to the left side if you want more hip opening here. And then slowly, you can also release your blocks. And then maybe plant your forearms down to the ground. So keeping that left knee in or pointing them out, whichever feels good for you. Again, we're going to stay here long, so notice what feels good. What I usually do here is I find a block, place him here on my forehead to release any tension that may be here on the neck so that I can focus in this opening on my hip. Close your eyes and settle into your space. Once you're ready, come back. Open the eyes once more. releasing back to your tabletop. So one by one, this is going to be a deep stretch, so release as slow as you can, as gentle as you want. Wiggle the hips side to side. You can also take a seat if that was too much on your arms. Give yourself a nice release on your wrists, on your hands, making sure nothing is painful. Let's go find ourselves our next side. Right foot plants beside that right pinky in front. Find the right shin straight. Again, you have an option to stay here. Find support from your blocks, your props. Or again, if you want to go deeper here, go deep as you want, as you can. Practice safety. Always practice with precaution. And again, listening to our body. Know what feels good. Listen if your body wants to go deeper, or listen to your body if you just wants to stay. Whenever you're ready, let's release. Open the eyes and then come back to your tabletop. Releasing anything, any tension that may be here. Anchoring with the breath. There you go. So at this time around, we're gonna go and find your cow face pose or your Gomukhasana. I'm gonna stay here at the center of my mat and then slowly come across here towards my this is our cobbler's pose or Baddha Konasana. I want to start here because this is, I believe, the easiest way to teach to go into a cow face. So gently find one foot, one leg. So I'm going to start with my right. So right leg bent. Knee is going to point towards the top of my mat. The ankle is going to go pressing towards the hip. And then slowly I'm going to stack the other leg, which is my left, here at the center, planting it at the top of my right. So both of the knees are going to point forward. Knees can come parallel to each other. I'm going to go here so you can see, like that. So this is the best possible way to go into this shape, right? Now, we know that not all people are as open as this one. This pose is really intense, so I'm going to show you some modifications here. So first off, find blocks or pillows. You can find one block, place him here at the top of your right, if that's good for you. You can also elevate yourself from your bum, like that, yeah? Or, if this is really not an option for you today, you can find your left foot, find a half lotus pose, like so, yeah? So knees doesn't have to be parallel to each other all the time. I know at some practices you can do this better, and at some practices you can do it at all. So know what feels good for the body. Now, this is your Gomukhasana legs. We're going to go with your Gomukhasana arms. Take your hands up high, and then slowly you're going to find your left elbow bending. Left hand is going to plant here in the middle of your shoulder blades at the back of your shoulders. And then your right hand can come and clasp on your left elbow to start opening the left side body. So we're going to isolate this movement. This is not a back bend, so allow the ribs, the belly to come in. If you have some more in you, we're going to find a full bind. Right hand is going to go circle to the back to find that left hand for a bind. Now, if you want to try this and you can't reach your hands yet, you can find your yoga straps or long towel. Place one on each hand so that you can feel this opening on your shoulders and on your side body. Close your eyes here and begin to settle into this shape. Once you're ready, open the eyes. Last one that you did is the first one that you release. So release the bind from the hands as slow as you can. Relaxing your shoulders. I bet that was a little bit intense. And then lean back. So place your hands at the back. Untangle your feet one by one. Plant the feet here, windshield wipers, left and right. Go slow on the body. The body needs to rest and the body needs to restore. come back center once you're done. Then we're going to find everything on the opposite side. So we're going to do that all again. I like to start with my Baddha Konasana. You can enter this pose in any way you can. You can also start with your tabletop. So gently, left leg at the bottom this time, right leg on top, like that. Okay, so again, if you want to go, stay here, allow all of your hips to ground down. If you feel like your one hip is up, ground it down, let the knees come parallel to each other. Or like what I did earlier, find your props to support you. Take a block here on your knees to support. Take a block or a pillow, place him here in your bum to elevate. Or find modifications. Right knee and your left knee doesn't have to become parallel that already if it's too tight for today. And then we're going to find your Gomukhasana arms. This time, right hand reaches up high first, bend onto that right elbow, right hand here in the middle. Left hand catches that right elbow to find opening. And then again, if you have some more, left hand can reach to the back to find your right. Now notice that one side is more open, one side is more tight. This is the perfect time to be aware of your body and each side. Allow the eyes to close if you feel safe, or just gaze down and begin to find awareness and the power of your binds. Let's release. Open the eyes. Release the bind with grace. Releasing, shaking in if you want. Plant the hands at the back. Untangle both of your feet. There you go. Let's go to our next pose, your favorite one. Swing the legs to the sides and then find your tabletop first. Hips onto the knees. You have an option to take your knees together or hip width distance apart. Plant your feet, tuck or untuck, big toes touch, and take your hips onto the heels. Let's go find your child's pose. Extend your hands forward. Allow the forehead to ground down. Allow your hips to melt down to your heels, your legs. Soften the face, maybe close your eyes here and allow all of your upper body to relax. Once you're ready, let's go back. Open the eyes, blink twice. Release the head, gaze forward, come back to your tabletop. Swinging the hips side to side, making sure nothing is painful. You can also find your cat and cow here if that feels good. And then slowly, once you're ready, we're gonna find our next pose. We're just gonna go and inch our hands forward a little bit. And then with control, tuck the tailbone. We're gonna fold all the way down. So hips, belly, heart grounds down to the mat. And then slowly stack your shoulders on your elbows. We're gonna find Sphinx pose. Open the palms out wide. Roll the shoulders down and back to lift your heart more, crown of your head pulling you to the sky. You can open the feet as wide as your mat, as wide, or maybe wider if you want. Clench the glutes to support the lower back. You have an option to support. Find a pillow or a block placing here in your sternum or in your belly if you want. Or you can find a block, place him here at the center, put it in your forehead if you want. Close your eyes here for a few moments. You have an option to find seal, but I find that not as relaxing as your Sphinx. So this time around, as we go into the season of acceptance and release, stay here for a few moments and focus on the breath. Begin to settle back into the physical body. Open the eyes. Look down first. Swing the elbows to the sides. Plant your hands at the center and bow down. Allow the forehead to plant on your hands. Close your eyes for a few moments. Releasing the tension in your back. Releasing the tension in your shoulders, in your neck, in your head. You can also opt to bend the knees, flex the feet, and swing it side to side. Just releasing any sensations that are not serving you good in your hips. Once you're good, come back center. Open the eyes, gaze forward, release your hands onto the sides, and then make your way here towards the center. Crawl your knees towards your hands. Swing the legs to the sides, and we're going to find ourselves back to our Sukhasana. Again, opt to find a seat that will feel good for you today. Take your hands on your knees, ground down. Inhale, roll the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, draw them down and back, lifting your heart, closing your eyes here. And begin to sink in to your body. Notice how it feels. Maybe compare it to the sensations of when you started your practice before you step into the mat. Settle into the calm, settle into that relaxing sensation, and settle into the breath. Coming back to the mantra, the intention, the affirmation that you have set up for today's practice in light of the waning moon. Let the light be here in your journey, in your path. I love and accept who I am. I release any stagnant energy. I release old beliefs. I release cords to other people that no longer align with my highest self. Let's close your practice today. Inhale, extend all of your hands up to the skies, hands reaching up in prayer. Exhale, hands in prayer to the heart. Namaste.